Are we doing talking points?
No, I don't know. I didn't really plan anything
Great.
for this. I just
your,
know I wanted to talk about
your video, you're the boss.
Okay, hello everybody. My name is Jenny and this is Jackson. And today we are going to talk about the first episode of Kiznaiver. Say hello.
Hey.
What are your first initial thoughts on this episode, this pilot?
Okay. Well, should we tell them what Kiznaiver is, in case they don't know what Kiznaiver is?
That's probably a good idea.
Okay, so Kiznaiver is the latest anime from the studio called Trigger. They made Kill la Kill, if you're familiar with Kill la Kill. They made Little Witch Academia, which is like the anime version of Harry Potter, except it's about a girl, which is really cool. They made Infernal Cop and some other stuff too that's lesser known, but Kill la Kill is like the big one. And Kiznaiver is like their next original series since Kill la Kill, and it's like super, super hotly anticipated. It's a big deal, especially to us, because we love Kill la Kill.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Trigger is one of our favorite studios in general.
They're gods.
Amazing.
Everything they make is good.
Yeah. Was it the Trigger you expected?
It was so normal for a Trigger show, which I feel really dumb saying, because if you watch the show, it's really not normal at all. Like, it's just like Trigger does these bombastic shows where the characters are like absolutely crazy and out of control and wild, like slapstick animation and stuff like that. But Kiznaiver was like high school setting, students, drama, like character to character relationships and like that kind of thing, which is good. I mean, that's what we expected from the show too, with everything they've been teasing about it. But I almost expected it to be a little crazier than it was, which is not a bad thing that it wasn't crazy, but it's interesting.
So our main character was getting beat up by these bullies, and
they wanted his lunch money, and he was just like, yeah, whatever, I'll give you lunch money, I guess. And his friends were like, no, don't give them your money. And he's like, oh, it's just money. But anyway.
Yeah. And the main character, like, doesn't feel pain.
Yeah.
Or something. Yeah. It's not really explained yet, but he doesn't feel pain. And so, Tenga, Tenga is like the delinquent version of Kamina.
Yeah.
They look alike too, which is funny. He throws his bag at the bully.
That's the best.
And the bully, I don't know, he does this weird pose thing, and that
he gets bowled over.
Yeah, and it was such a Trigger moment.
And then they
that to me is a Trigger
comically
moment.
sprint away, and they're zipping back and forth across the screen like Looney Tunes style.
Yeah.
Except in an anime, it was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's when I knew it was a Trigger show. I was like, yeah, this is what I wanted.
It's really, really interesting how they set it up, because each of the characters they introduce has a critical character flaw. So there's the goody two-shoes girl, the girl that's just weird and eccentric, and the main character is lazy and doesn't care about anything. There's the girl that's really arrogant, and so on and so forth. But so that's pretty similar to your typical high school anime, where every main character falls into one of these tropes, and then as you go through the series, you learn oh, actually they're not just this typical person. They have these things they did that make them different, or they act this way because of this, and so on. But this show's approach to that is these characters are all boring, and we are going to connect them through this system where they share their pain, and through that they're going to become more meaningful people.
I guess what I want most from the next episode is just more. I want to know all the characters more.
I'm guessing we're gonna get that. I was kind of wondering, is this gonna be the kind of show where they they split the focus between characters, where it's like,
Yeah.
this is an episode about Katsuhira, this is an episode about this person, and so on. But the way they call it the Kizuna system, how they're all connected, they feel each other's pain, literally, physically. It's almost impossible for two characters to not be connected, or not just two characters, but like for all the characters. Whatever happens affects everyone. So it seems difficult for them to split things up too much. So I feel like whatever happens, there's going to be like several characters interacting with each other at once. Sonozaki. Okay. So, do you think, this is my question, my major question from episode 1.
Okay.
Is she part of the Kizuna system? Is she connected to everyone else? Because at the very beginning, in the very first flashback,
I never even thought of that.
she's like, what does she tell Katsuhira? She's like, you'll get your pain back someday, or something like that. And then she like jumps off the cliff, off the school, into like her doom, basically. And that's her, right? That has to be her.
Yeah.
So, assuming she lived, which obviously she did, and didn't her neck glow or something? I'd have to rewatch it. I really should have rewatched it before this, and now her neck has like the diamond like necklace choker thing. So I wonder, is she a part of the system? Was she a part of the system in the past? Like, does she have people she was connected to or is connected to?
Yeah, that would be really cool if she was connected with other people.
Well, they were, when everyone was like, was it Nico who punched herself first? No, it was Chidori, the red-haired girl. She punched herself first to test it, and everyone flinched. But she didn't flinch, because Katsuhiro was in the room. At least they didn't show her flinching. Maybe she doesn't feel pain. I don't know.
Oh yeah, let's hear your predictions.
Okay, so if you're like us and you followed all the promotional materials going into this show, we're missing a boy. There's a boy that didn't show up in that episode.
He has like purple hair, yeah.
He's like a troublemaking guy. That was his character trait. And he didn't show up at all. There's no mention of him whatsoever. And presumably, I wonder if he's even connected yet, or if he'll be connected later.
Yeah.
Because if he's one of the main characters, you would have to assume he's going to be connected. But because it would be pretty funny if he's connected to them already and they're all punching each other and he's like feeling pain but isn't a part of whatever's happening.
Yeah.
Yuta-kun is the best.
Yuta-kun
We need
is
more
great.
of him in our life.
He's
His voice actor is the coolest person in the world.
I love Nico. Nico is best
Nico,
girl.
oh my god, Nico.
Best girl.
I can't believe I let her slip. She's the best.
She's great.
Her voice actress is really, really good too.
Yeah.
Like when she does this thing and then she like, the gif of it that's going around. Oh my god, it was so funny.
So good.
It was the best.
You want to talk a little bit about how cool the opening was?
Yes, the opening was so good. This is maybe me punching down by making fun of Sword Art Online, but Sword Art Online opening is a perfect example of like, here's a shot of all the characters doing something cool that explains them, while cool music plays, here's a really nicely animated action scene, and here's the title of the show, okay, let's start. Like, if you watch every Sword Art Online opening, every single one is going to be exactly like that. They're all just the same. And a lot of shows do that. Dragon Ball Z did it first, and it was great, don't get me wrong. But this show did the total opposite of that, where they showcased the characters, but they did it in this way with like all the kaleidoscopes, and it was like weaving in and out of focus, and
yeah, it was so cool. It was so colorful too.
Yeah, it's just like visual spectacle for a minute and a half.
So pretty. There's a ladybug. Oh my god. So, I think that's all that we're going to say about this episode. Maybe we'll talk about more episodes sometime. I don't know. Or other anime we're watching this season, because there's kind of a lot. So, we'll see if you guys like this type of video from us. Let us know. Give us feedback. Yeah, what anime are you watching this season? Let us know. Is there anything we should be watching?
Luluko and Kiznaiver.
Yes. Watch Luluko. Okay. Bye. Watch Kiznaiver.